From antlers to power. The life of an elk bull. In the heart of the majestic Rocky Mountains, where the air is crisp and the forests are old, there lived a young elk bull. His name was Antler. He got his name because as a newborn, he had these cute little button-like antlers that were just starting to grow out of his head. Antler didn't know it yet, but those antlers would play a crucial role in his life. Antler grew up in a herd of about 100 animals led by the biggest and most dominant bull elk in the area, a giant named Power. Power was more than just the herd's leader. He was a legend. His antlers, wide and heavy, were the talk of the forest. They were not just impressive, they were a symbol of power and dominance. Now, young Antler idolized Power. He would spend hours watching him, trying to learn from his every move, hoping one day he would be as strong and respected as Power. But Power, despite his imposing presence, was a fair and wise leader. And as Antler grew older, he noticed something about Power's behavior. Power was starting to slow down. His once powerful strides were becoming slower. His head, once held high, was now lower to the ground. Power was aging, and Antler knew that soon it would be up to him to take over the herd. The day finally arrived when the rut came around again. This was the mating season, a time when the bulls would compete for the right to breed with the cows. It was a test of strength, a display of dominance, and most importantly, a time for the young bulls to prove themselves. The forest echoed with the bugling of elk, the sound carrying over the valleys, a challenge and a response. When it was time for Antler to step forward, he felt a mix of excitement and fear. The herd was his home, his family. He wanted to protect them, to lead them, but he wasn't Power. He wasn't the biggest or the strongest. Doubts filled his mind. Could he lead the herd? Could he protect the cows? Could he live up to the legacy of Power? As Antler stepped into the clearing, the other bulls eyed him, sizing him up, testing him. There was a new challenger in town, a young upstart, and they were ready to teach him a lesson. Antler stood his ground, his heart pounding in his chest. This was his moment, his chance to prove himself. As the other bulls charged, Antler was ready. He dodged their sharp antlers, his smaller and lighter frame allowing him to be quick and agile. He used his opponent's strength against them, redirecting their charges, turning their power into their weakness. The fight was fierce, but Antler was determined. He fought not just for himself, but for the respect of his herd, for the legacy of Power. And as the sun began to set, casting long shadows over the forest floor, Antler stood victorious. He had won the right to lead, to be called Power, the new leader of the herd. As the other bulls retreated, acknowledging Antler's strength and dominance, a sense of calm washed over him. The weight of his new responsibilities settled upon his shoulders. He was no longer just Antler, the young bull with dreams of greatness. He was Power, the leader, the protector. Looking out at his herd, he knew his journey had just begun. He remembered Power, the old bull who had led them for so many years, teaching them, guiding them, protecting them. And Power, despite his age, was still a formidable force. Watching Antler, a sense of pride filled his old eyes. He had found his successor, a worthy replacement who had not just the strength, but also the heart of a true leader. As the night fell over the mountains, the sound of Antler's bugling echoed through the valley. A call to his herd, a declaration of his leadership, a promise of a new dawn for the elk.